Hi guys, so today we will be learning about a new software called GIMP. It's called GIMP. GNU Image Manipulation Program is how we actually call it and how we know it. So this is the version that I'm having in my PC. If you have a different version, that is okay. You can just search for GIMP and it will come up as an app over here in which we will be working. So when you open GIMP, it will look something like this with a gray color in the like the middle, and this is called your work area. And then all the tools that you will be using to edit and manipulate the images will be here. The properties of these tools will be here, and on the right side you have these brush sizes and how you can actually paint the images and stuff. And then there is something called layers over here, which I will actually tell you what it is. It's an important, very important part of GIMP, and I'll tell you how we need to use it. So basically, this program lets you play with your images, like, maybe color a black and white image, add a smoke effect to your image, add a slicing effect to your image, or maybe let you, pick a color from one image and add it to another image, or remove a background of an image and add that picture somewhere else to some other background. So these kind of things you can learn with GIMP. It's very similar to your Adobe Photoshop software, if you heard about that. But this one is an easier version for you to start with image manipulation. So this is something that we will be doing. Okay. For your lesson today, I actually want you to know one person. He is an artist. His name is Julian Opie. Okay. If you just Google his name, Julian Opie, you will come you will come up with a lot of links over here, which will tell you that this guy is actually a very famous artist. He's a sculptor, he's a digital artist, and he actually creates very different kind of, artwork and portraits of people and their faces. So I'll show you some of his artwork. You can read about him also if you want, but I'll show you some of his artwork over here. So this is the kind of artwork that normally he creates. He's Julian Opie. Okay. So you can see, I mean, if you see any of his portraits, any face of a girl, face of a guy, or people walking around, if you see this, you will see that what he basically does is that he takes the shape of a face and then just reduces it to simple colors and simple black lines and black outlines. Okay. So I mean, very simple artwork, but you can see how beautiful it looks actually, right? Yeah, so we will try and create something like this today. Although, we are not, I'm not Julian Opie, and I cannot do such a good job using a software, but we can try. We can try to copy his style of artwork. Okay. So what I'm going to do in my GIMP, first of all, I want to bring, what do you say? I mean, a picture which is like the shape of a face, basically. Okay, so that I can paint over it. So what I'll do is I've chosen the face of this girl, and I will just try and paint on it and paint her hair and add her eyebrows and all of that in Julian Opie style. Okay, you can choose actually any image, anything. Okay, it could be face of a girl, a boy, a kid, maybe a dog, or any other thing. Actually, it's totally up to you. So what I'm going to do is I will right click and copy this image. Okay, because I want to bring it into inside GIMP. So I'll copy this image and then I go to my GIMP and I say file, create from clipboard. Okay, so whatever you've copied from the internet, if you go to create and clipboard, it will actually bring that image inside your GIMP. So it's here. Okay. Now I also want to use another image which I have chosen, this image. Okay, I've chosen this image because actually the girl whom I just copied inside my GIMP, I want to kind of paint her color and hair in these kind of skin tones and hair colors basically. Okay, so you can choose anything, or if there is no need, you don't choose anything, but I still want to have a reference image, and I'll tell you how I'm going to use it. So I right click, copy this also, and go to my GIMP and follow the same process. So I say file, create, and from clipboard. So these two images are now here. You can see them on top. So one is the image of the girl on which I will be working. And this is a reference image to just pick the colors of the hair and their skin tones and all of that, right? So what I'm going to do first over here, I'll go to my original image. Okay. Now, guys, understand this very, it's very important for you to understand the concept of these layers on the right side. If you see on the right side, this is one layer of an image. Okay. So when I actually edit this image, I add some color on her face. I make her eyebrows in black. I underline the black portions of her chin and neck and all of that. I want to do it in different layers. Okay, it's always better to actually create different layers for different types of editing, because then if you want to remove an effect, you can just remove that layer. Okay, I'll tell you how to do that. So first of all, what you have to do, you have to right click on this layer from the right side and add an alpha channel. This is for the, basically this is important to maintain the transparency of the layers. Okay, you will understand all of this, but just follow this right now. Just right click and say add alpha channel. Done. Now I want to again right click on the same layer and I want to add a new layer. Okay, because now I will be starting with coloring her face. Okay, so I add new layer and I call it the face layer. Okay, I don't want to make any changes to the width and height because these are exactly according to this image and everything seems fine. I just added the name of the layer and I click on OK. Okay, so I have this face layer over here, which I will try and paint it in the Julian Opie style. Okay, so what I'm going to do now is I will go to my reference image, and over here, if you see, there is a tool called Color Picker tool. Okay, so when you choose this Color Picker tool, you put it at any portion of the skin tone that you want. If you want a very lighter tone, you can use this skin tone. If you want a little darker tone, maybe you can choose something which is near her cheeks or ears. Okay. So this skin tone I have picked. I clicked on it and that skin tone has been picked and it is appearing over here in these colors. Okay. This is the color. So now I go back to my original image. Okay. And now this color is already picked up. I am just going to use my paintbrush here, paintbrush tool, right? And I will simply start coloring her entire face. Like in the Julian Opie, you see there are no different skin tones. It is one skin tone. So if you see this, the size of the brush is too small and it will take a long time for me to actually color the entire face. So from here, you can actually increase the size of the brush. See how I'm doing it from the left hand side. Okay. So let's say 41, 42 or whatever brush size you want. Okay. You can just color her entire face. Maybe the size is still too small. Make it like 60, something like that. Okay. So you can just do something like this. Oops, I'm sorry. Yes. So here, let me increase the size of it. Yeah, like that. And just, very carefully just cover the entire face. Okay, with the same skin tone. Because if you see Julian Opie's artwork, the skin tone is normally just the same thing. Okay, same color. Right? So I'm just creating a kind of outline for her face so that I don't spill over. Actually, if you spill over outside because you'll be using a mouse or maybe the trackpad. Okay, so there are high chances of spilling over, but don't worry, you will find an eraser tool also just near the paintbrush. So you can even erase some portions if you kind of spilled over outside her face or something like that. Okay. So I have done what? I have just painted her face entirely in that skin tone which I actually picked up. Okay, like that, right? So her face is done, and I'm not doing her neck, but you can always do her neck, and you can even do her dress like that. So if you want some blue, red, any color, and you want to paint her dress, you can do that. I'm just going to show you how I'm doing her face and other. Okay. So now this is done. And what I want to do now is I want to paint her hair also. Okay. So for hair, I am going to the right side and I am going to introduce a new layer for the hair editing. So I say this is the layer for hair and I click OK. So I have another layer called hair. And if you like, let's say the black tone or the brown tone or the blonde tone of the hair, you can choose any one actually. So I am going to use the color picker tool, and I will rather choose the black tone. It might just go well with my image, the other one. So here I will again choose the brush. Okay. And simply the same thing like you did. You just start, painting the entire hair portion of this girl. Okay. So what we are basically doing is that we've taken an image of a real person from the internet. Okay, and we are trying to paint this in the Julian Opie style. Okay. Guys, I'm doing it extremely fast because I don't want to with this video to be too long. So my work will not be very clean, and I'm sure you can do much better work than me because I'm doing it really fast right now. Okay, so but when you do it very nicely and take your own time doing this, explore this very nicely. Don't do it very fast like me. Okay, something like that. Okay. And I am very, very bad at the artwork and drawing. So to be very honest, I'm not good at this thing at all, but I'm just trying to show you. Okay. So something like that. All right. So I have kind of painted her hair in the hair layer. You can fast forward the video if you just want to skip this part. All right. So now her hair also seemed to be, okay, right? And similarly, you can do the neck and the dress part, as I said. So now I want to just paint her eyebrows, her nose, her lips, and all. So I go back and observe the Julian Opie's artwork. And if you see any of his artwork, you will see eyebrows are just simple shades of black, okay, just outlines. And then the eyes are normally like two dots. You can see this girl as well, two dots for the nose, and then a line for the shape and the lips like that. Okay, and then all the entire thing like hair, her face, everything is covered like it's there is an outline of black. Okay, you can see any image, it's all outline of black, and then there is color inside it. You can see this image, this image. So that is what we should also try and do here. So I am going to use the same paintbrush with black color, but I will reduce the size this time a little bit. Okay, and I will try and see how badly I'm doing, but I'm sure you can do it really much better than me. And size should be, yeah, a bit bigger so that it appears as a bold kind of outline. Okay, I'm not even using a mouse, guys. I'm using the laptop's trackpad, but you will understand what I'm trying to do. I'm just trying to give her an outline like this in his style of artwork. Okay, like that. So you can just have an outline here as well, and her dress. Okay, don't do it like me, do it in a better way. Now here, what I want to do is actually add her eyebrows. Okay, so you can add the eyebrows like he does, make it a little thicker from the front. Okay, and a bit. The shape of the eyebrows, you can always look and see which eyebrow shape actually suits a particular person's face. See, mine are two very different ones, but I'm sure you can do a better job. For the eyes, he normally just adds two dots. That's what you've seen in the artwork. Okay. For the nose, also he adds just two little dots to say that this is the nose. And then for the lips part, maybe I can make the brush a little bit bigger and then add the lips part of it like this. Okay, this is really bad, but you can try this in a better way. Okay, and then add this, right? For the dress, of course, you can choose another color. Let's say I want this blue color, which is very bright. I can click OK and I can increase the size from here and I can just start painting her dress as blue color. Okay. But make sure that you are actually outlining the entire image with the black outline. Okay. So when you are done with the entire thing, then please go back to this black color. Okay. And choose a thicker brush to actually create this outline of her dress as well. Okay. Like that. Okay. So guys, this is a very horrible horrible imitation of Julian Opie style, but I am sure you guys can do a much better job than this scary thing that I've created. But I hope you've understood the tools that I have used and how I have picked up the colors from one image, added it to another, how I'm using the paintbrush size and the layers over here. Okay, so guys, see this here. If I don't want to like if I want the artwork without the painted here, I can always kind of close this the layer of the hair. Okay, so all the work that I did on the hair, the layer here, which was hair and her eyes and nose, that has gone away. Okay, otherwise you can just keep it on and the editing will come back. If you close this facial layer, this is how it will appear. Okay, because on the layer face I had only painted her face, which is not there now. Okay, so like that. So once you are done with your artwork, what you can do, you can just click on this layer on the top and say merge down. Okay, merge down means you are done with the artwork and now you want to finish this and you want to merge all the layers. So merge down, and you can see all the layers are now coming like this. And when you want to share this artwork with me, you can go to file, export as, right, and maybe put it on desktop, give it your name maybe, and export it. So this will now appear as an image. Okay, this will appear as an image on your desktop, and which you can share with me for your work submission. Or I actually don't want submissions, I want to just for you to enjoy all of this. All right, so this is how it is supposed to be done.